So hello everybody, we're here to talk about Call of Juarez on Connected Digital World.
Call of Juarez Gunslinger is the fourth in the Call of Juarez series from Ubisoft. In it you play a bounty hunter called Silas Greaves. We recently had the opportunity to play the game and have a conversation with one of the producers. Enjoy!
Right, so would you like to introduce yourself and tell us
Sure.
what you do?
I'm Nicholas, I'm the associate producer on the project. I've been working on the project for a year almost now, and I'm happy to present the game to you guys today.
So would you like to tell us about the game?
So the game is about the Wild West. We wanted to go back to the roots of the genre and our franchise actually. So our reference was Bound in Blood. Okay, Bound in Blood, great game, we all loved it. We started from this. But we didn't want to stop there, we wanted to go a bit further. And we're like, during the pre-production phase, what makes the Old West and the Wild West so specific? So except the whole environment, which is specific to the United States, there's also all these stories, legends, outlaws. After brainstorming, discussions, etc., this is what came out. Like, hey, so there's these guys, outlaws, lawmen, we don't really know, they're kind of always mixed. And we don't really know if these stories are actually true or not at all. So this was the second thing that came out during our pre-production phase, like, okay, stories and myth and famous characters are important for an Old West game. And surprisingly, it hadn't been done before. So from this, we're starting, okay, we have to tell stories, we want to tell stories, and the best way is to have this old guy that will actually tell you about the stories in the game, narrate what's going on, what happened in his life, and have the different structures, so you have different anecdotes, crazy stories that the player will be able to jump into.
How much of the game is actually based on real stories and how much is sort of made up?
So I'll say, as they say on TV shows, it's based on true facts, but like anything, it's highly exaggerated, a lot of discretions and stuff like that. But like the locations and the people you meet are completely true. Stinking Springs, which we'll see in the first mission in the trial you may have tested, is a true location where Billy the Kid got arrested by Pat Garrett. So a lot of true facts, and you have, I don't know if you saw collectibles, did you pick up collectibles, the nuggets of truth, which will actually explain to you which are the actual true facts about what is going on, the people you meet, and the locations you're in.
Surprise!
There's quite a lot of humour in the game. Do you want to
Yep.
talk a little bit about that?
Sure, I mean, it speaks for itself. We thought it was, there's this kind of spaghetti vibe to it, spaghetti western vibe to it that we wanted to input. So yeah, I don't know how to explain this. We thought it was funny to, okay, this is old dude having a drink in the saloon, not really remembering perfectly what he actually did in his life, and tons of stuff like that. I don't want to spoil anything, but yeah, we asked the studio to focus on that aspect, and we think it's really important and a fun feature for the game.
There's different modes. There's a story mode and an arcade
Yep.
mode. Do you want to talk a little bit about both of those?
Sure, so the story mode, best way to start the game with the narration and all the skills and how to master your character. And then we have arcade and dual mode. So these modes, we specifically wanted to do something strong and with a lot of content. So the arcade mode will take all what you can see in the story mode, but with a different level design, different balance, tuning, and stuff like that. That enables you to do a lot of scoring. It's scoring based, so you want to chain combos, headshots, etc., to get the best score, best ranking that you can compare afterwards with your friends on leaderboards and etc. Dual mode is a mode that takes all the duels you'll find, duels which was a key feature in Bound in Blood, for example, already, that we redid for this one and improved it, we think. So here you'll have all the duels of the story mode. You'll have a certain amount of lives, and you'll have to go through all the duels with the best scores, and again ranking, etc. And if there are limited amount of lives.
At the end of each level, there's obviously a fight, a boss.
Yep.
And you can either play fair or not
Yep.
fair. How does that affect the story, or doesn't it?
It doesn't really affect the story itself. It affects the reward you get for it. So of course, so what you're talking about is if you're a coward during the duel and shoot before you should or not, which is a cool option. We thought it's a really cool feature. And so it'll affect your points because, as you saw, with all this scoring, there's a character development system. So you get points, experience, and thanks to this, you unlock stuff and skills. And with the duel, if you don't do it, if you do it in a cowardly way, of course, you get 0 reward.
Big is the actual game?
What do you mean, how big?
In length, time-wise.
Oh, so that I actually wanted to tell you. I got blocked by my marketing guys today, but as a gamer and consumer, I can tell you that for me at least, it's a really nice package for a digital game. I'm sure they'll communicate on it later.
And what platforms will the game be on?
So 360, I mean Xbox Live, PSN, and PC.
And when will it be available?
So we don't quite know perfectly for the moment. We're thinking about the release date, spring, more or less.
Thank you very much.
You're welcome.
Their evil way.
It's time to settle up.